Trauma comes in many different forms for every one of us. However, these life experiences impact us so much that they alter us in some way moving forward. You've probably been told to go to counselling, get plenty of rest, and focus on yourself if you've encountered trauma in the past or recently. But how will it appear once your healing process has started? You've been working for a while. Is anything different now? It's crucial not to use that as a yardstick for achievement, even though you might be looking forward to the day you feel like your old self again. Instead, there are more indicators to watch out for to determine whether you are recovering from trauma. Hello, and welcome to the Connected Minds podcast. Today we will talk about a few signs that should tell you that you are healing from a traumatic incident. Although everyone is familiar with the word trauma, it's crucial to have a precise definition that goes beyond it. Trauma can be described as the reaction to an event that is sobering or upsetting that overwhelms an individual's capacity to cope. Results in feelings of helplessness, reduce their sense of self and their capacity to feel a full range of emotions and experiences. From the Medical Dictionary of Mental Health. Trauma can be identified whether there has been a physical hurt, a great deal of fear, or intense emotional suffering. And while every one of us has a unique subjective emotional memory of the incident in which we were all part, the objective effects on our daily life will be surprising. There are two distinct types of trauma: big T trauma and small t trauma, encompassing a wide range of situation. The term large T trauma refers to all of the severe traumatic events that you might typically identify with the term trauma. For example, this would include calamities like war, severe automobile accidents, physical or sexual abuse, the untimely death of a loved one, or war. These circumstances seriously affect your physical and/or mental health. Small t trauma is the term used to describe traumatic situations in which there are no immediate dangers to your life, but the level of stress nonetheless may be greater than you are able to handle at the time. For example, a traumatic experience that has a lasting effect, things like divorce, pet loss, incredibly embarrassing childhood memories, and bullying would fall under this category. Each traumatic incident leaves behind emotional scars, but healing takes different paths for different people. Therefore, getting you started along the correct path may be essential to find a trauma counsellor and a support group that may provide you with guidance and a sense of security. When you start your emotional recovery, you might look for indicators that the procedure is succeeding. So, here are some indicators to look for to let you know to keep doing what you're doing, because we all want confirmation that the effort we are putting in is paying off. You have left denial behind. Denial is the initial phase of mourning. When this happens, a person finds it difficult to comprehend what may have happened and how it may have affected them. This action indicates that there has been progress and that the moment when you encounter negative things can be exposed. As a result, you can see more than you previously could, but this does not obligate you to talk about it with friends or family. You've stopped suppressing your emotions. We all have sentiments about what has happened to us, yet trauma often causes people to suppress their emotions. We repress any emotional reaction that might be attempting to surface in order to maintain our perceived sense of security. Recognizing that you are acting more emotionally is a positive sign that you are progressing in your trauma recovery. You permit others to assist you. It is a common reaction to push others away after experiencing trauma, whether it is psychological or physical. Unfortunately, this might occasionally result in acting out or reverting to bad habits that may have harmed your life. You could discover that you are allowing other people to help you in ways that you hadn't before as you start to move through your emotional distress. Of course, this doesn't imply that they are condoning your inappropriate behaviour, but by maintaining healthy boundaries, you are letting people into various aspects of your life. You begin to care more for yourself. When you find yourself wanting to take care of your basic needs, that is the best indication that you are recovering from a recent tragedy. You don't just do it because other people are nagging you. Instead, you are acting in this manner because you slowly but surely feel the want to esteem yourself again after it completely faded. You'll discuss and share the experience. Talking may be simple, but discussing your trauma can be quite challenging. It should be up to you to speak when it's convenient for you, and you must be prepared before you do so. Trauma sufferers ultimately get relief when they are able to talk about their suffering and victimization at the appropriate moment. Telling your story reduces the power of the abuse and the offender, regardless of whether you have experienced psychological abuse, physical assault, or any terrible experience. It can be useful to carry something you've suppressed or hidden out of self-preservation, but eventually, even though it is difficult, expressing these things is very healing. You're attempting to move past this. Whether you are dealing with childhood or adult trauma, you are constantly torn between wanting to run away or fight. Yet, there is a slight feeling that you can and will escape from another unpleasant event, no matter what it is. Moving on and needing to flee are two distinct situations. You can only have the sense of escape if you are not facing your emotions when you're attempting to bury them. When you feel more secure, you can start moving forward. When you can breathe more easily and aren't constantly listening to the nagging sense that it's prompting you to leave a situation. You are creating better connections. Relationships get simpler as one grows in emotional intelligence and becomes more adept at managing stress, anxiety, and communication. You won't feel the urge to one-up people in conversations or battle to win every argument. With your current loved ones, you will be able to establish healthy boundaries, and you might even be able to gradually include more people in your circle of trust. With these new interactions, errors or blunders might occur, but you can spot the problems more easily. Don't let the fact that recovering from trauma can take months or even years discourage you. The right moment to start working on enhancing your life and mental health is always now, because if you wait until tomorrow to begin, you will be delaying it even more. You are significant and you deserve to be happy. So it's about time you start seeing it all.